Starting now?
Yeah.
All right.
You mind if we do a segment brought to you by Applebee's?
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 You
Your
down with that?
friendly neighborhood Applebee's?
I can't remember the last time I've been to Applebee's, but if they want to sponsor us, absolutely.
I think the only thing I've ever seen lately of Applebee's is people fighting.
I
It's
haven't
like
seen
parking
those.
lot fights, and the people just get angry at Applebee's.
It's probably the drinks.
Could be.
I'm more of a Chili's guy, to be honest.
I do like Chili's. Remember Chevy's?
Yeah.
Chevy's was delicious. They had that corn mash, like
Mhm.
sweet corn.
Yeah.
But it's one of those places. I have this really weird OCD tendency to dislike places that when I leave, I smell like it. And Chevy's is
Chevy's.
one of those places that your shirt smells like, I don't even know, warm tortillas.
Was that the place that you went, and if it was your birthday, they gave you a sombrero?
I don't remember that. But they gave you bottomless chips and salsa.
Yeah. Chili's.
I'm into it.
All right.
Eat fresh.
What do you want to talk about now that we're
So-
sponsored by Chili's and Applebee's?
Right. I think one of the only things that's really been on my mind lately is holiday season.
It is a holidays.
How do you feel about people the very next day after Halloween decorating for Christmas?
Based on the inside of my house, I'm going to have to say that I support it. Otherwise, it's not going to go well.
Does it still feel the same though?
What do you mean?
Does it still feel like the Christmas spirit when you still don't even have Thanksgiving yet?
I mean, it's hard to walk through our house and not feel like it's the Christmas spirit.
I don't know how I feel about it. I do understand the rationale, but I feel like after Thanksgiving, you put up your Christmas decor or decorum.
Decorum.
You throw down your Christmas stuff, and there's like a countdown. Countdown of like, we have 2 weeks left, we have 3 weeks left. It's like we have a month and a half left until Christmas.
Yeah, but Christmas rules. So it's kind of just like you get to enjoy. And it's like you have all these decorations, and you have like Danielle loves all that stuff. So it's like we have all this stuff. It's like may as well enjoy it for as long as you can. And
Has she always done it this way?
I don't know. I don't know if we've. I don't know. I mean, kind of. If we had Thanksgiving at our house, which we don't, Thanksgiving is at our family's house, so there's no reason for us to not have that stuff up. If we were having Thanksgiving at our house, I would agree. Having a Christmas tree up while you're having Thanksgiving doesn't make sense. But we're not going to be here for Thanksgiving, so we're just embracing the Christmas spirit for 2 months.
I want to check in with you next podcast to see
In 6 months,
in 6 months if that's about how long it'll take to figure out the soundboard.
still haven't figured it out. So
No. I'm interested to see if it'll affect your feeling of Thanksgiving. Meaning, if you're in Christmas mindset, are you going to feel less inclined to drink beer and watch football on Thursday? And even if you're not less inclined,
Don't think that's
change
gonna-
your feeling about it?
don't think that's
You're
going
not
to slow me
be-
down at all
No, man.
because we're not going to be here.
True.
So it's like when we go over there to her family's house, like that's Thanksgiving, and they have it decked. Like her mom has her house all Thanksgiving decorated. So it's like,
not there.
no,
How would you feel?
it would be weird.
You're saying it's weird as long as it's not your.
Yeah, if you were having a Thanksgiving dinner, it should not be decorated for Christmas. I think that makes sense.
I bring it up because everybody at church said they're all about it. They
I
as soon
love
as
it.
Halloween's over,
I
it
love
is
it.
straight Christmas.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, how do you
But
feel
it
about
would
that?
be weird if I was eating dinner here. If Thanksgiving was here and there was a Christmas tree up, it would be a little weird. I think that's how we used to do it. I think it was like October, like growing up just in my house. It was like October 1st hits, boom, Halloween stuff can go up. After Halloween, that stuff comes down. And then the day after Thanksgiving, it's like, boom, get out the Christmas stuff.
We've never done that. We've always been at day after Thanksgiving because you're already off school.
That's what
So
we
like
used to
Friday, you would start doing
Yeah.
it, but we've never done a full month. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm for it. I
do.
think
Christmas rules.
it does. We've started listening to Christmas music in the car.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, little Mariah Carey. I don't like Mariah Carey, but that one, the only song is that one song.
Makes millions off it every year. Yeah, I think that's just like how she doesn't have to do anything ever again. That song makes her millions of dollars. It gets played for
Well, she
1
can't
month.
do it. She's lost it now.
Really? No,
I think most of those.
I haven't-
people-
I haven't kept up with her voice.
Yeah, I haven't really heard her singing anything, but I just feel like she kind of lost it.
No, but I mean, Christmas rules. So I can't really be mad at it when you walk in and there's a tree and all the decor is up. Pretty cool.
You
Not
just
gonna
want to
lie.
roast some chestnuts over an open fire.
Yeah, I mean our fire is covered, so can't really. I mean, I guess take the glass off
Good.
and roast some chestnuts in there. Never actually done that. I don't think anybody's ever actually done that.
I don't even know what a chestnut tastes like.
I don't think anybody's ever actually used a nutcracker to crack a nut with.
I've used a nutcracker.
Like the little,
Legit. Yeah.
like the actual guy.
Uh-huh.
You've like.
No. Use the metal nutcracker.
That's what I mean. I'm
you mean
talking
like
about
the nutcracker where you like pull his head and
yes,
his bottom half drops down and you stick your nut in there.
Yes.
Stick your nut in his bottom half.
You stick, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think those have ever actually been used in the history of
walnuts. Like, I don't know if my grandma or somebody had walnuts in a bowl at holiday time. You use one of those metal, almost like a crab leg cracker.
Yeah,
you put the nut in there and you get the walnut. But even walnuts are kind of gross.
Who's gonna sit down and crack nuts for a snack?
People with time.
I don't have that.
Like, what do you want to do this evening? Let's crack some walnuts. Have a little chat.
This podcast is on fire.
Chestnuts roasting on this fire, dude.
This is not.
Man, so okay, let's just talk some sports.
I'd say we're rusty at the very least.
Rusty.
Yeah.
So I know you haven't been following basketball as much as me.
0%.
0%. Man, everybody is injured. Everybody.
That's every sport now.
No, I mean everybody is injured. I don't know if I'm just sensitive to it because I'm so excited about the season starting, but if you look at the stats, which I look at every night, it's been doing that for years. Every single team is missing one of their star players.
I mean, I'm just saying, like every sport now. I don't think it used to be like that. I'm saying
that's what I'm
now.
wondering, though. We've talked about this before on the podcast. Is it that they are faking injuries because they can't say that they're
the
resting?
NBA might be because they are prima donnas.
That's
but
what I'm
the
saying.
Other sports, no. I think football players, baseball players, I think they want to play. I think basketball players are prima donnas and they would fake injuries.
Could be
because they try to force trades and they hold out.
I mean,
they sit out of timeouts with their team. I saw that.
Yeah, it's like
prima donnas. John Morant sit down at a time. It's like, dude,
who is linked to the Kings right now?
What do you mean linked to the Kings?
Like it's on. You look at Bleacher Report. The trade scenario is John Morant coming to the Kings and then giving up a bunch of picks and people to get a young point guard.
Yeah, I don't have any insider info, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say that guy's probably a cancer to your locker room.
It's true. You know,
probably a good call that he probably doesn't bring great vibes and great things to a locker room.
He's also off in.
Yeah, he's pulling the Gilbert Arenas probably in the locker room as well.
Yeah, little cheddar Bob action. Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about the Kings today when I was driving my truck, and one thing that really bothers me. If you're listening to this, Scott Perry, GM of the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you please develop a player? We are notorious for drafting people and never using them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you go into a draft, I mean, maybe I'm just thinking of this too basic and I'm not a GM, but it seems like you would go into a draft and you would pick a player that would match a need for your team. Like if you had 6 guards, you wouldn't go all in on a guard.
No, I would say bad teams. Yes, you need to draft players for your team. I would say if you're a really good team and you just happen to fall in the draft where there's a high value player that falls to you and you're like, oh, we don't really need this guy, but we also don't really need a ton. We can trade this guy for something valuable that we might need. That would be a scenario. But I don't think the Kings are in that situation to be like, oh, we can just trade this guy for another piece. Like, no, you kind of need pieces before you start trading people.
Which I hear you, but then doesn't that fail and then you learn from your mistakes and change?
No, not if you're a GM in Sacramento. No.
I don't get it because I will tell
you. Called
you.
insanity, Mike.
Their last, I would say 4 drafts. You look at last year, you take Devin Carter, 12th pick. The dude's getting 3 minutes a game, doesn't play. Year before, you've got Colby Jones, Jalen Slauson. Doesn't play, they're both gone. Year before that, I'm like, I don't even remember. It's like we took, for the 9th pick, we took Davion Mitchell, who's a legit lockdown defender. They call him Off Night. The guy is an insane defender. We trade him to the Toronto Raptors.
Perfect.
And then he ends up going to Miami.
Perfect.
He's a starter on Miami, averaging like 9 assists a game. The dude, he plays well. He's a good point guard, good facilitator. And we're literally getting rid of all these players we've drafted to pick up already injured, if not 30-year-old, towards 35-year-old players that are proven or were proven in the past, but then do nothing because they're not a young talent. And then you look at teams like this year, Detroit Pistons. Look at the Detroit Pistons. Jalen Duren, drafted by the Pistons. Cade Cunningham, drafted by the Pistons. Jaden Ivey, drafted by the Pistons. Oscar Thompson, drafted by the Pistons. These are their starters that are, they're, I think, 5-2 or 6-2. Houston Rockets, Şengün, drafted by the Rockets. You've got Jalen Green, who, yeah, they got rid of him recently, but drafted by the Rockets. Amen Thompson, Oscar Thompson's twin brother, also drafted by the Rockets. You've got, I mean, the list goes on. You go to OKC, they got Chet Holmgren. SGA was on the Clippers, they traded for him. But Jalen Williams, all these players are drafted by their teams and they're developed. I can just, the list goes on.
Yeah.
The Kings
Part of the problem.
they don't play.
Part of the
any their
problem
guys.
is like when you suck, even if you draft good
But they
people,
don't suck though. I know you don't like the Kings. They don't suck. They are mediocre, a 500 team.
yeah, there's another word for that called sucking.
No, I mean sucking is like the Washington Wizards are like 1-7.
Well, no, they don't try.
Pelicans are like 0. They were.
But I'm just saying, if you're in a bad system and you don't have good pieces already, and you just try and throw someone in, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's not any good." It's like, no, you kind of have to have a good system. But I think they give up on people really fast.
Yeah, but
They're like, "Oh, he's not proving anything." It's like, well, yeah, the rest of the team sucks.
But
He's not gonna carry the team. He's a
how
rookie.
do you prove yourself if they give you 5 minutes every other night? These guys that they're drafting in first round, these are first round draft picks, even top 20, a lot of them, and they're just on the bench. They're
That's
like
what
the third option.
They don't give them enough. Yeah, they don't try. That's
But
what I'm saying. They don't give them a shot.
That's frustrating because that's like, as
Yeah.
a fan, you're like, hey, look, Devin Carter, for example, people were all about him. The dude's like 6'2", and in college he was averaging almost 10 rebounds a game as a small guard. The dude can jump. He's athletic. But his shots are horrible right now because the guy's not getting any reps. Part of me is like, listen, you're a Sacramento Kings fan, clean house with everybody. I'm talking get rid of Levine, get rid of Sabonis, get rid of DeMar DeRozan, get rid of all those guys, and then you just put in your draft pick.
Nobody wants those guys.
I know, but that's my point though. Is
So
get
you
rid of all of
You
them.
can't get rid of. You can't
Get
get anything back
picks.
for them.
I think there are people that are contenders that would be like, hey, DeMar DeRozan can average 23 points. Have him come off the bench.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I
somebody
mean?
might want Sabonis, but I mean, even DeMar DeRozan. I think DeMar DeRozan, they pay him too much too, don't they?
They do, but the thing is that you can trade for him and just get picked. I think people will definitely
but
second round
Mike,
picks.
we just talked about how much they suck doing pick. That's not going to solve your problem. They suck at drafting.
Don't these guys make millions of dollars to make decisions?
Yeah, that's their
You're in
job.
the wrong profession.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
Easy.
I say it all the time. Just walk around
Like,
and
this
you're
is
like,
the
this guy
only
makes $1
time
million
I
to
will
do
ever
nothing.
say to you, take a page out of the book of the Oakland Athletics.
Who?
I know. I'm saying that on
Who is
purpose.
that?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. I don't think that's
The
a team,
Oakland
guys.
A's
I'm not a sports guy,
are
but
legitimately famous for drafting people and then building them up in the farm system, having them on the A's. They play really well. They get to be superstars, all-stars, and they trade them away. Now, the trading away part, I have an issue with. We're a small cap team. I get it. You can't pay a dude $150 million like
get me into my next
Matt
topic.
Olson, or how about Muncy? You know Max
Yeah.
Muncy on the Dodgers?
Yeah.
He was drafted by the A's. He was on our team. We traded him away.
Well, that's what I'm going to get into.
So we talk about all these guys we trade away, but I'm like, at least the A's, they're not good, but they draft people and they build them up. They don't take all these
they're
guys.
the farm system for the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Sacramento Kings, why don't you try to draft some people you believe in
They're
and give them time to play?
They're kind of the same, honestly.
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
We beat the Warriors last night. No
Okay.
Curry, no Draymond Green, no Jimmy Butler, but we beat the Warriors
Probably by
last
what,
night.
one?
Two.
They won by.
I think it was like.
But
it was more than
you bringing that up? I had topics that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, and
Great.
they're now a couple months old, so I don't even know if they're relevant. But one of them was salary cap in baseball. Because the problem is now is I think the Dodgers kind of just shot themselves in the foot. My theory with winning, I think if they would have lost this year, it would have been they would have had a better argument coming to the table in 2027 for the salary cap. Because this season's over. So the next season after 2026, their collective bargaining agreement's over. They have to come back to the table and talk with the players in the league. And so now the talk, basically, now they've won 2 in a row, is basically they have to put a salary cap because they're just buying championships. The joke. I mean, there's the Oakland, whatever, Las Vegas A's, they're never going to compete with the Dodgers. Ever. Ever.
Let
They're
me
not
ask
going
you this
to.
though. But here's the counter argument.
They never will.
That's what we do in this podcast. I give you counter arguments. Counter argument to that would be yes, if the Dodgers were running away with it every year to where it was like they're winning 130 games and it's not even close. The Blue Jays lost the World Series by
Well, they should have won. They shot themselves in the foot.
Literally almost shot stuff in the foot, no pun intended. They lost by a cleat spike on home plate.
I've seen better base running at my nephew's baseball game.
But my point
they're the
is,
worst base. I've never seen a team in the World Series not know how to run the bases. It was crazy.
But what is their overhead in comparison to the Dodgers?
Doesn't matter, but the Dodgers still won.
I know, but I'm just saying that a team that does the salary cap really matter?
Their
that much?
9-hitter hit the game-winning home run in extra innings. The Dodgers 9-hitter. That's not going to happen on other teams.
Maybe.
9-hitters are hitting nowadays. 9-hitters are hitting like 175.
Well, I mean, but I'm pretty sure the one hitter for the Dodgers was batting like that. He was in the hundreds.
Ohtani is their one hitter.
No, I'm talking about number 9.
Oh, the 9-hitter, yeah.
The 9-hitter. I'm saying that they actually did have some players that were terrible in the playoffs that just came through at the right time.
Well, he went through a slump. So, yeah, his batting average wasn't great for the playoffs, but he was also, he was a great hitter before that. But so now the talk is basically, so there's a handful of teams that don't want a salary cap, obviously. Yeah, Dodgers, Yankees, Boston Red Sox. All these teams don't want a salary cap. The rest of the league does. And so if they can't come to an agreement, there's already rumors and talks about basically the 2027 season lockout. It won't happen because they don't think the players and the teams and the managers will all come to an agreement on what should happen. And the counter to the ceiling is the big teams now are advocating for a salary floor. Basically saying,
well, is the MLB going to put in the money for that? The other teams can't afford it?
No, the argument basically is that they're saying there is a certain amount of money that all these teams can spend, but the greedy people just don't want to spend it. So they're basically saying instead of capping
if you're
us,
to be an owner, you've got to spend it.
Yes, they're saying if you want to own and compete in this league, you have to spend this much money. You can't not do that. And so it would basically the argument for it is basically that they think that that's going to be the better option because they think the players will go for that. Obviously. Because the players may agree to a floor versus a ceiling. But then obviously the greedy low-level teams, the managers that don't want and the owners that don't want to spend as much money are going to bark at that because they're going to argue we don't have that much revenue, we don't have all this money. And then they also have to negotiate and come up with what expansion teams they're going to do, if more than one. The rumor is it's one, it could be two.
What if the argument here is not for either one of those scenarios?
One of them's going to happen. I guarantee it.
What if it's a cultural thing that we have an issue here where we are so greedy as a culture and society that it's never enough? Meaning, I've never been rich, but I will tell you, I don't think that your life is going to be that much different. And I'm being all serious and joking aside. If you made $150 million,
yeah, but
that seems low now.
That's not the reality for 99% of baseball players.
But here's my question though. I mean, I know how much things cost. If you make $150 million,
yeah, but that's a very small percentage.
As many houses as you want, but looking at like the argument is that you can't afford like an Ohtani and afford a Ronald Acuna and afford like $1 billion.
Yeah,
like how much money do these guys really need? I mean, do you think that making $600 million is going to change your life over $200 million?
Well, see, the problem is it's not necessarily those guys. Obviously, yes, they want to make every $1 million they can, but the argument is the low-level guys. They don't want to cap because what's going to happen now is all these Ohtanis and the Aaron Judges of the league, they're used to getting paid a certain amount of money. So basically, it's all going to have to restructure, and what's going to happen is those guys are going to be like, no. This is how much money I make. And so instead of those guys losing out on money, it's going to be the bottom guys. They're like, well, we have to pay Ohtani this. So now your salary is lower to the bottom level guys because we have to make up for how much we pay the top guys. We can't just give you the normal amount we would give you. That it's going to cut their pay lower because they have to pay for the people that have make these max contracts that are used to that amount of money because they're not going to take the all-stars aren't going to take fat pay cuts. The money's going to get cut at the bottom.
So do you think that in Major League Baseball, in professional sports, the new generation of players has lost the love for the game, and instead it's more of a business and it's all about money?
I'm sure there's a mix. I'm sure there's tons of people out there that love the sport, and then I'm sure there's some people that are just like it's just my job. I'm sure that's like with every, in every sport though. I'm sure there's probably people that are like, this is a business, this is a job. I mean, they were talking about. I mean, that's basketball. There's people, I forget who it was. It was someone who was like during our era, like back in like the 90s, early 2000s. He was talking about like basketball players now, and they said they talk to him, and they're like half the league doesn't even like basketball. Like they're not diehard basketball. Like they're just there because it's their job and they make the money. And it's like
It's frustrating.
I'm sure there's like that in every sport though.
It's frustrating when you're a layperson. You're sitting back, you're going, bro, I work my butt off for almost nothing, and your job is to play basketball. And I'm not taking away from the fact that you have conditioning and health-wise, there's a lot you have to look into. But it's like you could pay me $800,000, and I would be
Buddy, you
happy.
could pay in the NBA. You could pay me less than that. You want me to play in the NBA?
But you see what I'm saying though? Your love for the game is like you would just when we were kids, it was I just want to be in the show. I just want at bat to get up there because I love baseball so much.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're having arguments over hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, but on that same counter arguments on that same notion, I don't know what it's like. So if I was someone who made $50 million and then someone's like, oh, we're going to pay you 30 now, I'd be like, I don't know how that feels. Even though, I mean, sitting here, I'd be like, but to them, it may be like, what in the world? And then you see somebody who's your counterpart who you think someone that you're better than makes more money than you. And you're like, I don't like that.
So here's the thing though.
Because to be a professional athlete, these guys have to have, I mean, their egos have to be strong. Like they think they're the best because they have to think they're the best.
But you're still the best at getting 60 million versus 20 million.
Yes.
Because
but there is something to that where they're like, they don't like, I'm sure they don't like seeing people get more money than them. They think they're better.
Well, then it's ego. They need to check.
It is ego, but they're professional athletes. They have to. If they don't think they're the best, they're not going to be a professional athlete.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. I feel that's ruining the sport, and that it's kind of you're shooting yourself in the foot because if you keep doing this, you can't keep upping the ante year after year. We can't be in 2050, and we're having a conversation about
$500 million.
Yeah, this guy's making $1 billion a year, and it's like viewership is down. This is down. It's like maybe Roger Goodall.
Roger Goodell.
Goodall.
Goodell,
mate.
Shrimp on the Bobby.
Here's the thing. You might be shooting yourself in the foot because viewership is down. You keep having these issues. Eventually, it's the money's not going to be coming in. And then instead of it being let's have a real conversation about the future of our sport, where your hand is forced because you're like, hey, man, unfortunately, we can't pay you this money anymore because no one's watching. We don't have sponsorships anymore. Eventually, people are going to, I mean, I'm already starting. My love for basketball, I'd say currently, is 75% based on my nostalgia and love for the past of basketball. If I grew up in this era where I'm going, I've literally had this thought the other day. I wouldn't actually go pay to see the Grizzlies play. I want to go see them play. But I'm like, because I can't go very often, I don't want to go see if Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant, and all the players I want to see aren't playing.
They're not going to play.
And on any given night, I can't guarantee they're even going to play. There's not a single player I could really look at, and any team that I could be like, they're going to play.
Was that game in Golden State last night?
That was at.
I'm just saying, like Golden State, like their arenas, like I don't know, it's probably one of the most expensive arenas to go to. I would guess in the Bay Area. And it's like, imagine you're like just a normal family, and you save up money because like you don't have a lot of spare change sitting around. You save up all this money. You're like, oh my god, I'm going to take my son. He's a huge Warriors fan. We've never been able to go to a game. I can finally take him to a game. You already pay the money, and then you can't return the tickets. And it's like, oh, Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy Butler aren't playing. And you're like, I just spent hundreds of dollars to take my son, and I'm watching the G League play the Kings. Like that would, I would be like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's crazy.
But that's where I think it's headed because I feel like the inconsistencies with playtime is so bad now. The point that I was making earlier is what I'm talking about. Joel Embiid missed so much of last year because
Does he
of his
still
knee.
play?
So here's the
Is he
thing.
still in the NBA?
So he missed the first portion of the season. It's only been like 10 games, but he missed the first, say,
Of this year?
Of this year.
I
He
mean,
missed
did
the
he play
first
last year at
5.
all?
He did. And he was playing all-star numbers. Like when he started last year, he
He
was
plays 20 games a
30 and
year.
15.
It's easy to kill everyone. You play every 5th game.
No, that's what I'm saying. But here's what happened with Embiid. So he doesn't play the first 5 games. First game back, terrible. And give him that. He's out of game shape, whatever. But then he plays pretty well the last game. And then last night I was checking the stats and like, oh, how many did Embiid have and Maxey and all this stuff? And Embiid was out again. And I'm just like, dude, you were just out for a season, missed the first 5 games, played for 1 or 2. Now you're already sitting again. And it's not because he has another injury. I think it's because they're managing, like we're going to have him play every other game because of wanting to not have him be injured for the whole season. But that's to your point that you're making. Why would I want to watch basketball when there's no guarantee that the players are going to play? Like, we want to see competition.
Like, you would never get that in football.
Yeah. It's different.
Or even baseball plays hundreds of games a year, and those guys aren't being like, I mean, some of the star players do like, like a day game after a night game. Sometimes, like, your star player will sit, but it's like
tired though. I mean, you just played 9 innings.
But they pay those guys a bunch of money. It's like they have 100 something more games. But you'd never see a baseball player just being like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting out today." It's like,
where else you also don't see it? Hockey.
No, those guys will play through anything.
But that's what I'm saying though. That's like
it's basketball.
Problem.
I told you, basketballs. They're prima donnas.
Well, maybe they should take a page out of the book of hockey players.
Well, I don't watch. Yeah,
man up.
Right. Yeah,
man up.
That's why I don't watch NBA anymore. I got over it. I'm like, this game is just sucks. It's turning into soccer for me.
I know.
They fall on the ground. They cry. They flop. It's like there's no extra time added here. Stop crying. Get up off the ground. Stop flopping. La flop. Ruined basketball.
I forget when it was. Probably like a month ago.
So annoying. And I can't watch a game when there's 85 free throws.
Yeah,
it's the most boring. I'm like, this is so. Watching SGA get 35 free throws a game, I'm like, this isn't fun.
Here's our $1 million idea. I got this right here. I was trying to watch the other
slam
night.
ball.
No. So before extreme pickleball,
slam ball rule,
every other serve the ball explodes.
Before you get into that point, do you remember watching slam ball?
Yes.
On spot, dude.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Anyways, continue.
Made me lose my train of thought. No, I didn't. What's wrong with this? I don't remember now.
We were talking about
yes,
prima donnas and flopping
So in basketball, before the season started, as many true fans do, you try to get your fix in the offseason. Is it you're watching games from the previous playoffs? Are you watching vintage games, like classics? And it was right before the season started. I don't know. I had some free time and I was looking through my YouTube account and I came across I think it was NBA TV or somebody that I subscribed to was posting vintage Jordan games, but in completion, like full games. It was like you would see like the national anthem, like the full on, not highlights, the full game. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch one of these games. So I watched a game. It was Young Shaq. So it was like 94. It was Young Shaq against the Bulls. You got to see like Pippen and Jordan and all that. But the only issue was it was an older TNT showing, but you're watching it and the screen is shrunk.
Oh, yeah, it's all shrunk.
And it's like grainy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe the $1 million idea is, can we somehow in this new world of everything's technology, they can do anything. I've seen things recently where they have Babe Ruth games where they do them in color now. So you can they do like some kind of, I can't even begin to pretend like I know what it is, but they do the colorization of the game. It's like AI done.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can literally watch it in high def. You can actually, like, if you watch Joe DiMaggio from, say like, when it was the 40s, you watch those games and it's like black and white, it's grainy, you can barely even see what's happening. But then they show these like HD things. The point that I'm trying to make is it would be cool if they went back to NBA games from the 80s, from the 90s, and they somehow made them high def where it looks like it's being played today. You could watch Jordan and all those guys in high definition. I would probably stop watching NBA basketball, like the actual current season, if I could watch Allen Iverson and Kobe and all those guys play.
I mean, those games are in.
But it takes away.
Allen Iverson and Kobe are not. Those games you can find clear. I mean, but that's not that long ago.
Trust me, when you watch it, because I did just watch these too on YouTube, it does take away a little bit from it when you're watching them like, you dribble and do all these things and it's not that great of quality.
Yeah.
And you watch like HD current day where it's like crystal clear, you can see the folds in their skin.
But the problem is people probably like that. They probably like that it like looks old. It gives them takes them back.
I mean, it does take you back, and
Yeah.
you're like, damn, how did I watch this? Probably because I wasn't on an 80.
Because you're sitting there going like, oh my god, this is so clear.
Yeah, and
this is the best thing I've ever seen.
I know, but I think it's like a great idea if you could make vintage games in HD.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. What were my topics? Oh, we can talk about New York. That sounds like a good one. You want to talk about New York?
I thought about that. I don't really want to go there because
communism's never worked before. We may as well give it another try, right?
I just don't understand where this came from. Meaning, like, I thought there was a lot. I mean,
we can keep it on the sports topic. I guess.
I don't know. Defunding police. I mean, are the examples not out there for the American people? Have you not seen Portland? Have you not seen Seattle?
It works, dude. It's going to work well.
Yeah. Good luck.
He posted today because he said that he's going to tax the rich and whites. He said specifically he's going to tax white people because they can afford it. Right. But he came out today with his first public announcement after he won, and he said that you can send him money now. It's okay. So he's already asking for donations. But anyways, to keep it on the topic of sports, the one topic I had on there, which is still kind of relevant, that I think is my bad sports take. I don't know if it's a bad sports take. I actually have a bunch of those, but I am a strong, strong believer that the NFL needs to reconsider interceptions. I think that there are a lot of interceptions that should not go to quarterbacks. Any ball that gets touched by a receiver's hands should not be an interception.
So a bobble to interception?
People batting the ball up and it goes in the air. They don't catch it. Quarterback gets an interception, but it's like, that should have been caught. I think receivers should be able to receive interception stats.
So stats in that, I mean, are you talking about from the fantasy aspect?
No, just
because I would love to not have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But no, I think it should go against receivers because if you, I mean, and the NFL people know, I mean, you can go back and look and be like, oh, that was a drop pass. But even if you just look at somebody's stats, right, a receiver, and you're like, oh, he had this many catches, he had this many drops. But when you look at a quarterback stats, it's like, oh, he had however many interceptions this year. But it's like, 4 or 5 of those may not even have been his. It may have been a good pass. And you're like, so that just goes to the quarterback for no reason. It's like he didn't do anything. It could be perfect. No one else gets that. No one else gets stats that are based off of someone else's screwing up. I mean, I guess you could make the argument with runners and running back. A running back or a lineman misses a block and he gets negative yards. But you kind of know in that situation, like, oh, if someone gets a negative 3-yard run, a running back didn't run back. You pretty much know a play got blown up or someone missed a block. But an interception, there's no like stat underneath it that says like this was a bobbled pass or a batted pass. It just says interception.
The issue is that it'd be too hard to measure. Because
I think there's when you see it when you know it, when you're like, he should have caught that.
Yeah, but you just said you would know it. That's subjective. Would you know it? Because I've seen officials. I've watched plays where I'm like the official. We literally just talked about this last Sunday.
Half the plays are subjective. The spot of the ball, if he caught it's all subjective.
I know, that's what I'm saying though, is that then
statisticians up in the booth can look at that and be like, for a normal receiver, that ball should have been caught.
Yeah, but then you know what happens? Start messing with the Vegas money line. Because fantasy sports is like a huge moneymaker now.
Well, I just think that it's not fair to quarterbacks.
I agree. Depending. I mean, you can also say things like, the quarterback, this is a scenario I could say against it. You have a quarterback throw a ball that you would say is not catchable. Or, sorry, not catchable. That's a bad example. You would say that the receiver should have caught the ball, but the reason why it was intercepted was because the defense put themselves in a position where they made it tougher on the receiver to catch the ball. So it's like, I don't know.
You're in the NFL. If you get 2 hands on the ball, sorry, bud. Yeah. And your quarterback pays for it, which is great in my book. And the other NFL related thing on sports was this, how long ago this list was, but this was like week 1, even like college week 1.
We had a podcast.
I don't think so.
We have like 3 weeks.
I don't think so. No.
Right, so, Robbie? Our one listener, Robbie.
Robbie,
are you going to be here for Thanksgiving or what, bud? We need to figure out where we're going.
No, what is up with people fumbling on the 1-yard?
Or how can you not get in on the 1-yard?
No, I'm saying people that are just break. What is up with people dropping the ball on the 1-yard? That never used to happen. And now people just run and there is just something in their brains where they just have to let go of the ball as soon as possible.
Everyone's punching
No,
and kicking the ball.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about all the plays where like the people like just dropping the ball.
Oh, they're running across the end zone.
Yes.
They're like
I'm talking
celebrating
about
beforehand.
I'm talking about the dropping of the ball to celebrate before you get in the end zone. Well, it was the Giants.
Yeah.
Who was it? That guy, and then that lost in the game.
Was it Wando Robinson?
I can't remember who it was, but it's like you watch that and you're like, how can you not just run into the end zone? I don't
Prima
get it.
donnas.
But it happened in college. I think it happened like 3 weeks in a row in college too.
That's like a guy shooting a three and like walking back up the court, like celebrating they won the championship, and he airballs it.
That's the Nick Young.
Yeah, it's like
the swaggy
unless
P
you're Curry,
turns around and it's just
he misses it,
goes out. But yeah, it's
unless
like
you're Curry, don't do that.
But it's like I don't get it. What is going through your brain? How are you just dropping the ball?
Nothing's going on in their brain because their brain's been smashed in hits.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, I just I don't get it. I don't understand the celebrating, and it's like, or like just every week in the NFL, you see it like teams down by like 25. The guy makes a tackle and he gets up and he's like, it's like, yeah, you might want to look up, bud.
Yeah.
You're getting smoked. Yeah. Just all this, or like same thing with the receiver. It's like they're down by 24. Receiver makes a catch, gets a first down, he stands up, does a little dance, flicks the ball. It's like, yeah, you may just want to drop the ball and get back into the huddle, bud. You got more work to do. Celebrating when you're down by 30 points is probably not the best look.
No,
it's not the thing. Everything is just
jumping
celebrating.
On somebody when you like do a windmill 360 and you're like down by 20 and you're like against the
that a little bit more, but it's like a normal catch for a first down when you're down by 30 is like, relax, bud. You didn't do it, and you're probably gonna fumble on the 1 yard line anyway.
So important.
Yeah, let's see. I don't even remember what else was. I want to start bowling. I haven't done that yet though.
Real bowling, not Wii bowling.
Yeah, no, I want to actually play.
Like actually throw.
And I started doing some research. There's some controversy in the bowling. I think it's been going on for a while, but there are one-handed bowlers and two-handed bowlers.
Who gives it? Who cares?
The one-handed bowlers. They do not respect the two-handed bowlers.
Throwing a ball down an alley to hit some pins.
Yeah, but there's a lot of controversy basically saying you get a lot more control and you can like make a lot more revolutions. Yeah, but it's not traditional bowling. And it looks weird. And it's just, there's a lot of traditionalists that are not fans of the two-handed bowlers.
You've been deep diving the YouTube,
haven't you? I liked it.
You've been watching bowling.
I did. Honestly, I watched enough
videos. You've been growing your gut out.
It got me kind of fired up to be like, yeah, I don't like those two-handed bowlers. It kind of got me. It kind of convinced me. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I can hear that. I mean, it does affect the spin.
Yeah, they get a ton of like revolutions. They get a lot more revolutions on their throat because they get to just completely spin it versus just that. They get to like literally like contort the ball.
Yeah,
a lot of controversy. The bowling world
sounds controversial.
It's heated right now.
Totally.
No, I think it's been going on for a long time. But like, you go online and you look it up, like it's like a running joke. If you see somebody throw a ball with two hands, it's like weak.
Well, when I bowl, I spin the ball like crazy, but I use one hand. But I don't stick 3 fingers in the ball. I do 2 fingers and my thumb is out.
That's a lot of people. A lot of bowlers do
like
that.
And then I kind of cradle it right here so that when I spin it, it's kind of almost like my wrist. So it's not like I'm holding it with the thumb in there and then I'm rotating with my wrist. It's almost like I'm using my arm.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Your thumb is supposed to come out before you. That's how like real bowlers throw.
Really?
Yeah, you're supposed to like they have their thumb in it, but then their thumb comes out so they can get that spin. Your thumb's not supposed to be.
I'd never put the thumb in.
I was looking up how to actually throw the ball, and apparently that's how you do it.
Did you look at score in relation to number of beers consumed?
No, but it goes up.
It does.
It goes up.
There's a point.
There is a point.
You reach a point.
You do hit peak athleticism at a certain amount of beers.
There's a point where you're like, dude, this is almost like Tiger Vision.
Yeah.
Remember that from the old PlayStation?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, where it was like,
there is a point.
Two beers, two Coors Lights, 2 16-ounce Coors Lights out of a pitcher. You're going from like 120 to 140. You're like, I'm feeling good.
For sure.
And then you hit like 3-4 beers, and you're like, okay, now I'm getting towards 100 again, and then you start to not care.
Yeah, but sometimes when you don't care, that's when you do bad. When you don't care. You may not like it, but this is peak athleticism. Looking at someone drinking 4 beers and throwing the ball on them.
Coors Light.
We can do that. Coors Light may want.
I just watched what is it called? Sunday? What's the name of the podcast?
Sunday Stories.
Sunday
with
Stories.
Caleb Presley.
The newest one with Justin Jefferson.
I didn't see it.
That was pretty darn funny.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
I mean, really, Justin Jefferson is a funny dude.
He
And
is
if you're-
funny.
He's a funny guy. He's very articulate.
He is
And
very
he's
articulate.
funny. He's got a good sense of humor. He's not like he's not all full of
No,
himself.
they
like,
did one of those. The Manning brothers did a what's it called? Like where they put them up, like they put
roast?
makeup on them. No, they put like makeup on them, and they like go in and like hide, or like they do like they go to the
like
what they did with
Drew the Drew League or
no,
Kyrie Irving.
kind of, but it's like the thing they did with Baker Mayfield and
I never saw any of that.
the guy who's on the Cowboys.
Oh,
Traded.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
whole thing where they like put him in makeup and they put him like in a scenario where there's a bunch of fans around, and he was like at like a football camp, and he was a photographer, and he was like actually pretty convincing
Yeah.
at first, but then like he's got diamond teeth, so people figured it out pretty quick. But like if you weren't paying attention, he could have fooled you. He was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I like that. I've actually started to be a fan of. It's weird how things change. I find some basketball players that I like to be fans of that aren't on the Kings, and it's because of who they are as people.
For sure.
They're just good people. You're like, I like you. I would hang out with you. You're a cool person.
For sure.
And when I really feel like in sports, that's a big thing. It's like if you can be humble and just have a good personality, people like you.
Yeah.
It's kind of something said about
Some
that.
of the most normal people that I've met are these guys up here on this wall. They're the
Cool
most
people.
normal, cool people. Super fun to hang out with. Juan.
Yeah.
Juan, come home. Come back from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Baseball's over.
Don't go near the coast with any warships or anything.
No, he's good.
Saying.
Come home. Speaking of people to hang out with, right there. Juan. Great dude. And I think the majority of athletes are good people.
Yeah.
Like everything else. You only hear the bad ones,
Pretty much.
but they're all normal people.
Yeah.
They
John,
do.
if you're watching, John Bates, I know you're probably watching the podcast too.
For sure. He's
Pleasure to
definitely
meet you that one time.
He's the
But
best.
I will tell you though, I do watch it. I do watch your stats, man.
Yeah.
I saw 2 catches last week. I was like, oh man, you had more yards than Ertz.
That is one of the things that people always like, the questions that I've gotten asked about like all these people on the wall is like, like what are they like? And I always say they're always like some of the nicest, best people you'll meet. But I really do need to get away from football players because you look at all these photos up here and they make me look like I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6'3", and I take photos with. There's a photo with George, a photo with Taylor Lewan, with David Bakhtiari, with John. I don't have John's photo up yet, but these people make me look like I'm the tiniest person. These are the biggest people. That's what I tell people is like, you can't really comprehend how big these people are. Please stand there. You're like, what are you?
Yeah.
You're not human.
Super, super human.
That was one of the first times I went to George's house was David Bakhtiari and Colby Parkinson, who's a tight end. They were both working out, and I was just standing there like, I need to get out of here. This
You're
is
like, I can work out too.
I was like, yeah, you
curl
guys,
reps,
yeah,
curl reps.
I'll work in with you guys. Can you take all the weight off, please? Thank you.
Can I just do the bar?
Yeah, can you take off just 600 pounds of what you're doing, and then I'll maybe fail in front of you guys.
I hear stomping.
Someone going up here, looking for us. Time to end it.
Probably something going to be like, check out my hair.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, that's probably an hour. Who knows?
Till next time. Let's hope for the sake of all y'all. This is brought to you by one more small sponsorship by Soundboard Company.
We should get sponsored by someone.
Somebody.
They'd be like, do you want to pay us money to do a podcast once every 3 months?
I mean, if you were to pay us, I would do it twice every 3 months. At least.
do it once a day.
I mean, we're kind of right.
No,
I wouldn't want to watch me.
no, I wouldn't.
In
watch
fact, I don't
you.
think anyone does anyway.
Think-
Why do we do this? For our own benefit. I thought
Yeah.
about that. I was like, if no one's watching and it's just us talking,
Well, I think if we committed and actually did it more often and actually tried to, put some effort or actually
wear some shoes,
fix the
wear a
soundboard,
non-gut showing shirt.
have good audio and actually try and make this actually look like real, then, maybe some people put some money into
Maybe
it.
that'll be our New Year's resolution.
Maybe we should put a podcast floor.
Whoa.
I'm talking about a budget, like the baseball.
Oh, I thought you meant we're gonna put in some
no. Talk about
like
the salary.
epoxy
Talk about the salary cap. Maybe we should instill a podcast, spending floor. So we have to spend a certain amount of money.
$8.
Yeah, I was thinking 5, but 8's cool.
All right, man. How about $20? Because that'll get a pack of keys.
Yeah, I could do that. All right. Well,
On that note, Twisted Tea.